Hey everyone, I haven't posted in a little while and I've just been busy doing other stuff. So I wanted to show you probably the craziest campaign we have ever launched. It's probably 8 campaigns in one, I would say. No, seven campaigns in one. And so I'm going to read through all of them and I'm going to just talk about how we put them together and kind of the philosophy, and then I'm going to show the clay table on how to get this done. And so if you are a person who is following these videos just because you're interested in what is possible with cold email, the first part of the video is going to be for you. And if you want to see how to get this done, that's going to be the second part of the video. This will probably be the longest video I create, so I'll try to keep it as engaging as possible, but I can't make any promises. I'm just going to get into it. I'm just going to show everything exactly the way that we do it. And so I basically wanted to do a 3-touch email where the base of the campaign was talking about how like this is basically the campaign, and then we're pitching that we can do cold email automation services for them. And then it was just like a video of how they could get started, right? And so this right here is the total base of the campaign. I was taking a look at your website and figure you sell to, that's funny, you sell to job titles like AI generation, mostly to help them AI generation. So this is going to read something like, I was taking a look at your website and figured you sell to job titles like directors of demand generation, vice president of sales, chief revenue officer, and chief revenue officers, mostly to help them improve their Salesforce metrics or whatever the company does. And we're going to slide that straight into them. So if you're trying to reach out to the prospects with cold emails like this, we built a system that does this automatically. Could I send you a video of how you would get started? And so this is the base of the campaign. And so the campaign changes depending on what's true about them. So first, we check to see if they have SDRs on their team. If there's SDRs on the team, we're actually going to mention the SDR on the team. Let's see, this is just the fallback message. If they were recently hired and we're targeting a marketer or a VP of sales that was recently hired, we're going to call that out in this campaign. Or if they recently posted on LinkedIn, we're going to call that out. And so I call these trigger-based campaigns because they are only possible to happen if something is true about the company. And so the other, or the company or the person. So these other campaigns could technically work on anybody and we could run them for anybody. But these campaigns specifically have to work only if we can detect the LinkedIn post, if they have SDRs on their team, or if they were recently hired. And that's why we start the whole flow with those. Then the random campaigns, this is like something I've always wanted to try, and it worked so well. I am not going to show the responses today, but the responses were really, really great. This worked really, really well. And I'm not going to show the responses only just because I'm just not doing the work to block out the images. Sorry, whatever. So I was taking a look at your website and I figured you sell to, why is that typo everywhere? And I figured you sell to job titles like blah, 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 mostly to help them do blah, blah, blah. So it's a pretty generic message. But then at the end, what we're saying is I made a workflow where if we're emailing the chief marketing officer, we would send them something like, oh, hey, like, here's the answer to the riddle. I sent a similar email to your CEO and they're going to look for you for this answer. And then we sent the CEO a very similar message, but we put the riddle for them and we said, oh, we sent the answer to this riddle to your chief marketing officer. And in both instances, we're naming them. So I'm saying like the CEO's name and I'm saying the marketer's name. And so this was, I could probably create a video like only on this of how we made this happen. So I'll get to this one in a little bit. This was a lot of fun to launch. Then we have a get ahead of competitors campaign. So very similar. And then we're calling out and saying like Crunchbase told me that you usually compete with companies like competitor. And so I'll show you how we pulled together that information as well to just personalize by the competitor. Then, oh, this was so great. I loved doing this one. And I wish more people would qualify for this one, but we just need to make sure that the AI is really, really tight. So here what we did is we were saying, hey, I was taking a look at your website and I figure you sell to job titles like AI generation, mostly to help them do AI generation. I went on LinkedIn and found a person that could be a good target for you. Full name, company name, title, work email. We have all of this stuff in the workflow. If this one lead isn't enough for you, we built a system that does this automatically. Could I send you a video of how you could get started? Boom, boom, boom. That's basically how we would get this done. And now for the rest of the sequence, so these all, it depends on what sequence they're going to put in, and we got to do this, that, and the other thing, and like all this craziness to get them sorted. So that's how this one would work. And then email 2 and email 3 is still personalized with artificial intelligence. It's just everybody is going to get email 2 and email 3. We're not going to, do any kind of like switching or triggers for them at all here. And so we'll say from my previous research, I have to imagine that your outbound campaigns look something like this. And then we're going to drop some creative outbound campaign ideas in here. Are you still doing this work to put this together? Are you still doing the work to put this together automatically, or have you figured out a way to build a system to accomplish this for you? Geez, like manually. We've helped companies like Clay and Owner.com build these systems to book meetings on their sales team's calendars. Would want to chat about how we could do it for you. This email and the previous email were both automatically generated. Let me know if we should get lost, or if this would make sense, if it would make things more interesting. To keep the automation funnel alive, I had our AI copywriting build a sequence for you, and I'll put that in the PS. Would it be useful to chat about how we can improve the copy and launch a campaign for your signature? And then we're going to put the campaign in here. And so now, if you're just intrigued by how we got this done, let's jump into the Clay table. And so here's our Clay table. This is all very generic data up until here. And so the first thing that we're doing is we enrich the LinkedIn company URL with the company description, and then we check using artificial intelligence to see if it's a B2B company or a B2C company. If it's a B2B company, they continue with the workflow. If it's a B2C company, we kill the whole workflow. See how it says run condition not met over here? Because we just don't even, they're not even a B2C company. And so once it's a B2C company, we just kill the whole thing. We only want to reach out to B2B companies. And as you can see, we put 28,000 people through this. So we checked every single time to see if they were a B2B company. And that's what kicks off the rest of the workflow. So the first thing that we did is we scraped their LinkedIn to find a post that they made in the last 30 days. And so that was really easy to set up, literally 30 days ago. And this is all that we're doing. And we're just checking to see if they posted on LinkedIn. So then we could create something like, I just saw your post about the Mars conference. Or I just saw your post about following a vegan diet. I just saw your post about the road trip. Just saw your post about future of work. Right. And so we're pulling in all of these. And so you can see like 2023 executives must get savvy, snag in talent, focus on employee mental health, and confront all of this hashtag future of work. Perfect. And so we're personalizing it by the LinkedIn post summary. Oh, here, geez, I guess I skipped ahead because I put all of this over here. So that the main crux of the message is knowing who they sell to and how they help their customers. And so here we took their LinkedIn description after we know that it's a B2B company. And we wanted to know what kinds of titles that they sell to. And so I gave it two examples. One where it's not totally like a job title, local CEOs, companies looking to invest in Connecticut, and community stakeholders, right? Those aren't job titles, just in case they don't specifically sell to like a job title, they sell to a type of person. And then here I put job titles because if it's job titles, we just wanted that. And so you could see like this company, what does this company do? ICL, shipments, consulting, okay, selling to supply chain managers, transportation specialists, and automotive logistics coordinators. I would say it nailed it. That's perfectly true there. And it looks like he mostly helped manage and optimize transportation processes. Perfect. Again, that's going to be the crux of our message. So now we have the LinkedIn post summary, and then we have the SDR on team call out. So we're finding the contacts at the company, and we have the job title keywords, and we excluded keywords over here as well. And then we're finding these profiles. When we find these profiles, we're putting them in here, and we're saying, hey, I noticed you have some SDRs on your team like Matt L. I noticed you have some SDRs on your team like Abigail Haven. I noticed you have your SDRs on your team. Whoops. Where did it go? I noticed you have some SDRs on your team like Alexandra Elliott. And so basically we're just working through all of these in order to find SDRs on the team, and then they qualify for that first campaign that we're talking about. And then the final campaign that we need to just check for is we're enriching this person to see if they recently started their role. And so nobody here actually recently started, but you'll see we've enriched the LinkedIn profile, and then we've formatted the date and time. And then basically I'm doing a date check where then if this were to say true, right, it would output this: congrats on taking the new role as senior vice president back in January, but we're going to reverse that. And so then this is exactly how this would work. So then the recent hire line would pop up. I don't see anybody that actually qualified for it though. Oh yeah, here we go. Congrats on taking the new role as chief executive officer back in March. Awesome. So now this is the part that gets really, really long. This is where we're going to go over uh, so this is where we're going to go over how we did the riddle. Like this is one of my favorite things. So since we're doing random campaigns, I assigned a random number to all of these campaigns, and let's see. Yeah, so if it was 1 in the randomization, we run this. And if it's 2, we're going to run something else. If it's 3, we're going to run another thing. And so the first thing that I wanted to do was I needed to map who are we reaching out to at the company, right? So I created a map for CEOs and I created a map for chief marketing officers. So here's the person, yeah, CEO and then sales and marketing. And so if we look at like 24 and 28, so I needed to map to CEO, right? So we're going to jump over here. Our advisor to CEO. All right, missed a little bit, but that's fine. Chief executive officer. That's exactly what we wanted to do. So then now it maps to, hold on, where it is it? Now it maps to the CEO. And then if it maps to other, it's going to map to other. And so now if it maps to CEO, we're going to try to find a marketing person at the company. So this one mapped to CEO. We found the marketing person. It's Heather. They're the director of marketing operations. Awesome. We have AI to clean that job title because we just need to. Cool. So now it's like, okay, if we're reaching out to the CEO, we need to find the marketing or salesperson, and we're going to send them something different. If we are reaching out to the sales or marketing person, we need to find a CEO, which for some reason this didn't qualify for numerous reasons. Let's see if we can find anything that does. Here, no. Geez, where is it? Cool. So we have sales and marketing here. See how now we're looking for the co-founder or the CTO. And so now we're reaching out to Ben. So now we can map perfect. So we can always find a person. So if we're reaching out to the sales and marketing person, we're going to find the CEO. If we're reaching out to the CEO, we're going to find the sales and marketing person. And so we can always flip flop between the two of them. And so now what we can do is we clean the job title, and now we have our riddle formula. And so this is kind of confusing to get together. If you have any questions, make a comment. But now we have all of this. Now what we do is we have a formula where we're basically saying, okay, titles we're reaching out to include CEO, which that's right here, and that's being mapped over here. If that includes CEO, we're going to say, PS, I had a riddle for you. What can you catch but never throw? I sent a similar email with the answer to other contact. Whoops, and let's just read this. I had a riddle for you. What can you catch but never throw? I sent a similar email with the answer to Grant Rendu on your team. Give it a think before you ask them. So now we're sending the CEO this message and we're saying, hey, your VP of sales got the answer. And then when we're emailing the co-founder, we're saying, PS, I sent a similar email. Oh, no, wait. See, this is even confuses me. We're sending this email, we're not sending this email to Ben. We're sending this email to whoever is in this campaign. So whoever is 253. So this email is going to Michael, who's the VP of institutional sales, right? And so then, oh, whoops. So now this is the line we're going to say, hey, Michael, PS, I sent a similar email to your boss because he's the VP of institutional sales. And the answer is a cold. They might reach out for it. Then we're going to reach out to Ben and we're going to say, hey, Ben, I had a riddle for you. What can you catch but never throw? I sent a similar email with the answer to Michael Pennella on the team. Give it a think before you ask them. And so now we have this very like fun, personalized outreach to people. And so, yeah, this was just like, this took a lot of work to put together and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm not sure if I would put it into a campaign in the future because it's so annoying to put this part together. But it was a lot of fun. So let's see. First name, normalize the URL. Oh, okay. So now we're going to keep working. So now we have to do the competitor outreach. And so, oh, is this the competitor outreach? See, I don't even know. Yes. So the Google search that I found that gets people's competitors the best, in my opinion, is if you search for the website, the country of the company, and then you just say competitors. And so what you're going to get is you're going to get this huge snippet like this, where you're going to get these results. I put in for 3 results. And so we're searching for competitors here. Great. And so we have this huge snippet. What we're then going to do is jump in here and we're going to use AI to figure out who the competitor is. So I'm saying, hey, review the text and return results for who a company's competitor might be. The output should just be the competitor and nothing else. The company name we're looking for competitors on is this company name for emails. So this name cannot possibly be in the search result. This is the text I want you to review. If you cannot determine a name of a competitor with 95% accuracy, do not output anything. The output should only name one company. Just the one company name is the output. And then I trained it a couple of times on how to find the competitors. I didn't save anything, so that's fine. And so now we have our competitor callouts to do here. And so let's see if we can find any companies that we actually might know and see how this goes. Yeah, I don't know any of these companies, but if we were to take a quick field trip, and so PeopleVest is a consulting firm. People knows moving parts. Okay, so this is a consulting firm. Our philosophy. Yeah, okay. And oh, there we didn't get any competitors from PeopleVest, of course. Let's see here. LineX. Okay, Fat Lip Co. What is Fat Lip Co? Creative Studio. Okay. LineX. What is LineX? Oh, jeez. Why is it being this difficult? Anyway, this is just like you can see that it's owler.com. That's the competitor lookup here. So we can check a couple other, but I don't want to get into it too much. So now, oh, okay. So now this is another fun one that was really interesting to put together. So I just want to remind you of what we're doing here. So here we're saying, hey, I was on your website and saw you sell to these job titles. Went on LinkedIn and I found a person that could be a good target for you. Full name, company name, title, and then work email. If this lead wasn't enough for you, we could build these systems automatically. And so basically what we're doing is we're taking the customer titles that they sell to over here, and I'm just getting everything before the first comma to get this person. And so what we're saying is over here, software engineers, right? And then it says, so I got everything before the first comma, and then I just needed to take out the S in the beginning. So brand managers, and then we just needed to take out the S. And then I used AI to review the company description and then just output a company that I think would be a good fit. And so here is the company that could be a good fit for them. And then all we're doing is putting into a Google search, literally just the company target and the title clean for LinkedIn. So we're looking, literally Googling marketing directors, brand lists, and then this is Preston Carroll, director of operations. Okay, interesting. That totally was kind of okay. E-commerce manager, cool. Everlane, that worked. Grant Yang, software engineer, Square, perfect. So we have all of these people, and then we have the email address for them, and then we map this into the campaign because we have the name, we have the title, we have the company that they work at, and we have a valid email address over here. And so then that is how we got down to the one that's a good fit for them. Then we have the creative ideas over here, which creative ideas is pretty stock for us, you know. And so basically we're saying like, hey, I bet you're doing these things. Are you still doing this work to put it together manually, or have you figured out a way to build a system to accomplish this for you? And then so that's how we're taking care of the creative ideas one. And then here we're writing copywriting for them. So we'll say like, so this is literally writing a campaign for them. And so if you look at this, I noticed Brainstorm Tech excels at creative and problem solving, but are you maximizing similarity? Our client big ideas was great at ID dating. Great. And so like if we look at the company description, I just want to show you how this is working. Oh, I just thought of how the way we can improve this. Okay, so what this company does is the Union of Advanced Technology was established. A number of members occupy leading positions in the market. Great. And so it looks like you mostly help promote and develop Armenia's ICT sector. This is actually boosting Armenia, but are you reaching out? Yeah, and so actually, I'm gonna fix this one live. So the way we could improve this, do not mention our company. We are reaching out to the prospect. These are the job titles we reach out to. And then we can we'll just save and do not run for this because we haven't run this. Yes, we ran, just so everyone knows. I know it looks a little odd putting this together. We've run the first emails up here, and I just wanted to show how we're going to be doing email 2 and 3. We haven't actually launched 2 and 3 yet. As you can see, there's like nothing coming over here. And so this is just how we would get it done though. And I'm using this for demonstration purposes. And so let's see. This one, we're also taking we're taking Mark Smith and writing an email to Mark Smith. So I see you're a loan officer at Lending Club Bank. Ever find yourself needing more time to focus on your business? We helped ABC assisted FinTech XYZ, increasing efficiency by 37%, giving more time for clientele. Imagine what you could do with that extra time, trusted by various procedures. We excel at meeting loan software needs. Boom, boom, boom. And so that's what we're doing over here. And so I'll be improving these, but this is basically how it goes. So I know now this is a 20-minute video, but I hope something was interesting to you here and you got inspired by something that we did or something you found interesting. Let me know if there's any kind of campaigns that you would want to see. Usually we could create these and I have a lot of fun putting them together, as you could obviously see. So thanks and have a great day.